Hey everybody, this is Dark Guardsman. This week in the news, we don't have that much to cover. Um, for starting off with, I apologize for the lack of content on YouTube and other places. Um, it's not that I haven't been recording and doing things, it's just I have a huge bulk of videos to go through and attempt to pull content out of it. Most of the time what ends up happening here is when this folder gets over a certain size, I end up just deleting it, which is why you don't see a lot of videos of various things I do even though I record them. I'm going to be making a really hard attempt to actually pull some content out of this. I have actually some really nice gameplay videos, but that's not important. You've come here to hear about modding, not see me absolutely fail at gameplay. For modding, last week nothing happened. I focused the entire week on freelance projects. I'm currently trying to hit a goal of generating $1,200 in by the end of this month. Um, Originally, this was a $900 goal, which I'm currently $200 short of, and I had to um, increase this. So technically, the goal is $2,100. But seeing as I've already met with the $700 of it, the new goal is $1,200. This money I'm trying to get is for my college. Now I'm not asking for donations. I'm earning this money myself. Although any donations you or anybody else contributes towards modding, well, mainly it'll first go towards modding itself. Then if anything's left over, it'll go towards this, and I appreciate the help on that if whoever decides to donate. As for the mods themselves, last couple of weeks or I rather myself, I worked on the EMPs. I'm not sure if they were released. I think they were. I haven't been handling releases myself. I've been dedicating that task over to BMUD. But those, in theory, should be out. Um, I'd be happy to hear some people's gameplay with the EMPs. I need to balance them a little better, and I'm actually looking for recipe suggestions on a lot of the warheads now. The recipes I have, or most of you have seen, are pretty shoddy. Other than ICBM, MFS progress is still pretty slow. Me and two other devs are working through it bit by bit. We're almost done converting it. Once conversion is done, testing will begin. Testing should only take a week or so. Because once we get the code converted up, we just have to fix bugs, and then we will make a release. It'll be an unstable release, so please don't include it in public mockups, because it most likely will break and break pretty bad. But we are looking for people to test it when it finally does get released so we can stabilize it quickly. Because we don't want to be sticking in 1.7 as much anymore. I actually am going to be heading towards 1.8, 1.9, and 1.10 here in the next few weeks. I know I said that a couple weeks ago I would be doing that, but life hit and then I had to play the freelance game to generate money, so I hadn't been able to focus on modding as much. Other than ICBM and FFS, cardboard boxes actually should be released sometime this week. We're going to try to get military base decor released as well. Those will be under unstable releases until we can test them both, especially cardboard boxes. Cardboard boxes has, and at least in theory, has some pretty big holes for bugs to pop up in. And until those are patched, I won't be releasing stable releases. Military base decor will be released under unstable until we can figure out the design aspect of it. The original design aspect we had for it was to split everything up into little groups or modulars based on the era. I can actually show some of the arrows we currently have for it. So the ideal was to end up splitting into a vanilla modular, a few modulars from other mods. Blastcraft was actually one of the original inspirations for this, along with ICBM's stuff. So we'll have modulars holding the older content as more of a nostalgic thing. Then we were going to do Gunpowder Age, Cold War, World War I, World War II, as well, like Civil War and stuff. But it's a little messy. That's the reason why I don't want to release it under stable, is because we're going to be making massive changes to it. Currently, there's a few thought processes of what me, Dmon, and a few other devs have been talking about. The first one is to split the content up into individual mods. We'll have a mod per content. This one is probably the most flexible out of all of them because it means we can develop content more solid, but also means it increases the amount of time it takes us to work on things. Plus, it prevents us from distributing content that is shared across multiple tech eras. For example, stuff in World War One is also shared in World War Two. Things like barbed wire, sandbags, trench blocks, and stuff. Those are almost universal. Those are things you've seen in wars even before the World War started, all the way up to modern. We still use barbed wire and sandbags. Although there'll be different types of sandbags. Like modern times, we see much larger sandbags that are easier to deploy. So we're not sure how to handle that. That's the reason why the first ideal isn't really working through. The second ideal is to kind of keep going with what we're doing right now. We break everything up into modulars and we put it inside the core mod. The third goal is to superficially label things as modulars, but then merge everything into a solid singular mod. So you'll be exposed to all the content, kind of like DecoCraft. So you'll have like thousands of blocks to play with. This has its own challenges because then we can't split content off. So somebody can't say disable the entire World War One modular. Although I have a few theories how to get around this. For example, I'm thinking about using an XML format to say all these blocks belong to the World War One module, and in the config you say toggle off World War One, and it toggles off all these blocks automatically. So there's a few of the design challenges running into which we're holding things off experimental for that mod. It's also the reason we haven't released it yet. We still have also some crafting things to go through and missing textures, but those are things we can fix in a day or two. It's the design concept that's getting us pretty thrown off because this mod is not meant to be used alone, although it can be. It's meant to be paired with our Armory mod, which will be mimicking the same style, where we'll be breaking things up into tech eras. As well, eventually we'll have other mods that will do the same thing. The goal of doing this, and this is something that's been inherited from the old Universal Electricity days, is we want to build kind of a large universe inside Minecraft where you have technology going from Stone Age all the way up to futuristic, but then not force the player to play any particular tech age. We want to also allow mod pack developers to say, okay, we're going to play from pre-industrial to pre-electrical age. So we'll have all the machinery, but then everything that stone crafting is missing, and then everything electrical machine up is also missing. So that way the mod pack can be more restricted, say like steampunk or something. That's a big goal we want to head for because we want to increase the amount of users that can play with these mods and not restrict the actual gameplay aspect. Instead, just provide content and go, well, use your imagination. That's one of the biggest things I'm working on here. So other than that, got a couple more mods we're working on here. We're going to be working on some third-party applications here pretty soon. So I'm going to be working on a wiki creator that'll be connected with our website maker. So these are some plans that I'm planning on for a while now. Right now, wiki development sucks, and using existing software is not as flexible as I would like it to be. So a lot of the pre-built wiki softwares out there are very back-end heavy, slow loading, and not as user-friendly as I would like them to be. They also don't provide for good customization or anything, so we've been avoiding using those. And right now, our current solution is just to code pages manually, which works. I mean, it's not very hard, but it also makes it difficult for people to edit and work on the site. So the ideal is that I'm going to be creating a piece of software that creates JSON files for all the wiki entries. This allows us to catalog all of the information about our mod very easily. It also allows us to import it into the game Minecraft itself as book entries so people can look at it. And then with the software I'm thinking of making, we can convert those JSON entries into web pages automatically. And these will be static web pages so that they'll load under a second for somebody, give or take about how many videos and pictures somebody puts on a page. This is a really cool concept because it makes things dramatically easy. I've got some prototype pictures I'll be showing off on social media here later, and I'll be talking about it in future videos. One of the other projects we're going to be working on also here is we're going to start to be working on build server software. Right now we use Bamboo for our build service. This is a good piece of software, but is bloated for what we're doing with it. We're essentially just firing off Gradle scripts and having stuff built. And so we don't need this huge bloated software for this. I'm going to be working on a piece of Java software that's specifically designed for building Minecraft mods. It'll also be coming with another piece of software that I've been working on for a while called Mr. Smith, which will automatically test mods for certain flaws and incompatibilities with their mods. So this should provide for some pretty good things in the future. Now, these softwares are not planned for release for another year. We'll be prototyping, of course. When we end up releasing them, still not sure if we're going to be giving them out for free or not, because of course these would be third-party software and we'll need to be actually going to sell them. Unfortunately, although I love giving out software for free, I'm starting to run into the problem where money is an issue. After all, I've already noted at the beginning of the video, I need $1,000-something this semester for my college is coming up here in September. The semester after that, I need $2,000-something, and the semester after that, I may need up to 10 grand in order to finally finish off my bachelor's degree. This is a goal I've been working on for the last 6 years. Well, actually 5 years, it'll be 6 years here by the end of the next 2 semesters. So money's a problem, and it's becoming even more of a problem as the people I live with are not producing a lot of money as it used to be. So I'm having to help out more and more, which is something I should be doing to start with, but getting a job is rough. So if you see me start to release software that's not free, don't get all upset saying, well, we've always seen free stuff from you. Just keep in mind, we developers all have money needs, and I'll try to keep the software as cheap as possible. Most of the software I'll be releasing, though, is not for normal users to use. Things like the Wiki editor software will probably be free. The website maker backend will probably cost a bit of money, maybe like $20, $30 for each developer who wants to use it, which is pretty good considering a license for something like Bamboo is, I think, $100, $200. So offering it as a low price is actually pretty good. Other than this, which is me talking about future plans, I'll be adding more explosive to ICBM here. If you've been following me on Twitter, I made a joke with Notch here. Let's see. He was talking about being intoxicated. Actually, I believe he still is. So let's see if I can find the tweet here. Yep, right here. So he's saying he's like slightly intoxicated. He's taking anything with a grain of salt is what he meant. Except he said a rain of salt. So I'm thinking, hey, let's make an ICBM missile that actually rains salt. Now I'm not sure what I'm actually going to be doing with this. I'm going to make it rain salt. Now it's not going to be usable salt. It's going to be a particle effect. And I'm trying to think of a few things to do with it. You can leave your suggestions in the comments for what you want to see with it. But a few thought processes: delaying crop growth. Salt really messes with crops. Potentially causing other effects, making maybe creatures cry in terms of the online thing, make people salty. But that's mainly just meant to be a practical joke missile. If you've seen with ICBM so far, like over half the missiles are meant to be joke missiles, and I kind of like going with that thought process more than just making ICBM about blowing things up. I feel the mod, even though it's meant to be a warfare mod, it should really be about using a missile to do X task, not using a missile to kill X person. This will be something I'll be working on a lot more here. More regrowth missiles, more potion missiles. Actually, a potion effect missile is already in the works. I just have to add the warhead crafting station, which is the biggest step back point for it. But I'll talk about this more in other videos. That's been the news for this week. I know it's been mainly me ranting on, but talk to you all later and have a great day.